Alright, just put in some more wood, and I don't know, I thought I've got more space on the camera, why not do another fireside chat. I don't expect to have necessarily, hopefully, any more fires this spring, because with any luck the weather is going to improve, so why not use this opportunity to make some fireside chat videos. This one will be, I guess, or at least at this point, just a random talk about just whatever comes to mind. I don't know, I think I want to talk about, you know, being 43 years old, and I guess how I feel at 43, you know, in regards to life or anything that I can think of and stuff. And one thing I want to say, I guess, I haven't, you know, really talked about this since I turned 40, because I haven't made videos for 5 years, is that turning 40, for me anyway, was nothing. There was nothing to it. Actually, I found turning 30 to be a lot more, I guess, I don't know, I don't even know what to call it, you know, like, you know, just going from, you know, your 20s into starting 30, I guess, I found it to be more, I don't even know what the word is, just more of a negative ordeal than from going from like 39 to 40. And I guess a part of it was I had a girlfriend who, or, who was the same age as I am, to turn 40 with, you know, and so maybe that was the reason. Maybe if I'd been single or something like that, you know, it would have been like, oh man, I'm still single, and now I'm going into 40 and stuff. So maybe that was probably the biggest reason why turning 40 was not so bad, because when I turned 30 I was single and stuff, but I think it was just that, you know, when I went from my 20s to turning 30, I mean, there was just that sense of, oh my God, there goes my youth, you know, which is absolutely ridiculous to think about it from my age perspective now, to think that, you know, you could think you're old at 30 or whatever, but everything is all about perspective. And for the record, I don't, you know, consider myself old now. And if you watch my videos from 5 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever, you'll know that, you know, I was an active person, biking and kayaking and stuff, and that, you know, I've stayed the same, and I've been going to the gym since 2012, and unfortunately now, of course, I can't, and I'm figuring out ways to try to maintain my physique as best I can with, I guess, just like a chest press with a dumbbell or something like that, or whatever. But also, you know, having been, you know, going to the gym for the past 8 years, I'm kind of like, well, you know, if I can't maintain the physique, at least which wasn't that amazing to begin with or anything like that, you know, at least I had 8 years of it, and I don't know. So what I'm saying is I'm in relatively good shape still. I can still fit into, you know, pants from 5+ years ago and stuff. So I'm still basically the same shape as you saw me in like 5 years ago or whatever. So I don't know where the hell I'm going. I guess that's why this is a random rambling video or whatever. I guess I was just saying how my current state of mind, or how I feel being 43 now and 5 years later from when I was making videos and stuff. I feel, you know, basically the same, and not a lot of physical ailments. Oh, one thing I do want to mention in regards to the last video I made 5 years ago, the tooth decay thing. I haven't lost any more teeth since. You know, one of the whole reasons I, you know, that tooth ended up being a quote-unquote loss is because of just the depression and the, you know, that I was experiencing in life, and just not wanting to go to the dentist because it's always bad news and all this and that. So since that happened, that of course, you know, making mistakes is some of the best, you know, teaching lessons, obviously. And since that happened, you know, I've been getting regular cleanings and you know, making sure that doesn't happen to any other of my teeth, and so far it hasn't. And in regards to the update of that tooth, like, there was still, when I made that video, there was still part of the tooth left and stuff, and it since, you know, over the course of the years and stuff, just kind of broke away. And So now it's just probably just the root that's still there, and I don't even care. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. And the dentist wants to every now and then when I go in for a cleaning or when I see him and stuff, he talks about someday you have to get rid of that or dig it out, and I'm like, why? I mean, I don't say that. I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, so you can make an extra little bit of money. I mean, for me, there's no reason to get the root out or whatever unless I'm in pain or it's becomes all infected or whatever. So that's how, if in case any of you guys are wondering about my teeth or whatever, or because that's the last video I made, that's the latest on the whole tooth decay situation. I mean, nothing much has changed there. Other teeth are fine or whatever, and still in relatively, from what I know anyway, and from how I feel, in relatively decent shape and stuff like that. And of course, the last 3 springs we've had, has just been kind of a bummer, and as far as just winter wanting to just hold on and stuff like that. But I've already been out biking several times already, and haven't kayaked yet this year, but obviously I'm hoping to do that in the coming weeks or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna really do. I don't know. I don't really expect to do any biking or kayaking videos, just because it's kind of been there, done that kind of thing. They just be the same thing or whatever. I guess I'll just, in regards to videos moving forward, I guess I'll just do whatever I feel like, or whatever. I can't promise what I'm gonna feel like, or I can't promise anything, I guess is what I'll say. But I don't know, I guess I feel pretty much the same. Every year that passes, you're more, for me anyway, I'm more, I don't know how to say this. After every year passes, you're more willing to, I don't even know how to, I don't even want to, I don't know. That's kind of a negative thing, so I'm not going to even say it, but let's just say that I've pretty much done everything that I ever really wanted to do, and had a relationship for the last 5 years, which may or may not continue. So I'm at a better spot now than I was 5 years, than I was 6 years ago in 2014 when I was making all them videos and this and that. And I'm very appreciative. That's one important thing that I don't want to not mention, is I'm very appreciative of what my life's been like for the last 5 years, and I'm glad that I got to meet my girlfriend 5 years ago before all this bullshit happened. And like I say, I mean, our lives are most likely never going to be the same again, and because of all this shit. And I really, 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 try to not take anything for granted and appreciate what I have. And I think I do. I think I've been doing that for the last 5 years, and I guess that's the state I'm at. I guess in regards to what I was trying to say earlier, I'll just simply say that I'm not afraid to die. We'll put it that way. And every year that passes, maybe that's a good way to say it. Every year that passes, I'm even more not afraid to die, kind of thing. I kind of feel every year that I don't know, every year that I get now is just a bonus. I've pretty much done everything that I can think of that I ever really wanted to do. I've had a couple of girlfriends, I've had a fling, to my current girlfriend, I've been kind of a quote-unquote father figure to her daughter and son, and, I've done pretty much everything I've really wanted to do, so I guess I feel like I'm grateful, particularly with everything that's going on now, that I was able to accomplish everything, that I wanted to really before all this shit happened, and before they're probably gonna change the world into who knows what the fuck they're gonna change it into, something they've been planning, I would imagine, for years and years and years or whatever, take us down the next path, if you will, towards whatever the hell you want to call it. Nothing good, not anything that's going to benefit us, of course. But yeah, that's another thing in regards to what's going on, the current state of things, is that I feel so bad for like the teenagers and the kids and even the 20-somethings, 30-somethings, people that, you know, have so much of their life ahead of them that now this shit, and they grew up into, you know, they lived 15 years, 25 years of, you know, a life that they got used to, and now this shit's happening, and it's probably going to change everyone's life, you know, forever. And it's just, I feel so bad for the kids during this shit, and I just feel grateful that I'm as far along in life as I am, and before this shit happened, you know. And I just feel just so bad for the kids and the ones, as I said, that are 15, 25, 30, who got used to life, you know, the quote-unquote normal that it was until this shit happened, and now have to, you know, gonna have to adjust like all of us to whatever the hell they have planned for the future. And it's just like, oh, fuck, you know. And once again, I'm grateful that I'm as far along in life as I am, and that I was able to live so much of my life before they did this to us. Pardon me, I'm drinking soda pop, which is one of my negative, you know, one of my vices. Pardon me, that's more soda pop. But yeah, one of my last few remaining vices, I guess, is soda pop. I know it's shit for you, but I guess it's kind of like my alcohol or my crystal meth, whatever. It's my vice or whatever. So I don't know. I guess that pretty much does it for my fireside chat rambling video about whatever. It's a scary fucking road ahead, I'll tell you that. And oh man, what I can only imagine what the fuck they have planned for us. And it's just like, oh fuck, it's funny because, or not funny, but it's tragic because we might, everyone probably thinks we have it bad now, and just wait, because oh my god, we're probably going to get squeezed a lot tighter than we are right now in the coming weeks and months, and in regards to what they're not going to want us to do. And fuck, anyway, I'm getting all depressed talking about it or thinking about it and stuff, but that's where I'm at my current age. I've at this point, every year that passes is just like a bonus level, It's just like, kind of like, I don't know, if the game ended or whatever, I don't think I'd be too terribly disappointed, but I'll stick around for a bonus level if they happen by or whatever. But yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it. Thanks very much, guys, for listening, and you guys take care.